Hi everyone, Jay Schulze with Homework Solutions, here to give you an update on some of the tax breaks that are available to household employers as part of the financial relief packages passed by Congress over the past 5 months or so. Obviously there's still some stuff going on right now, bills being discussed on Capitol Hill. I'll touch on those in a moment, but I'm going to start back with the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, which was passed back in March. You've heard me speak about this before. There's a lot on our Knowledge Center at homeworksolutions.com about this bill and the paid leave requirements that employers were required to give their employees should those employees be impacted by COVID-19. We won't get into the details of that. You can obviously read about it on our site, but I want to talk about the tax credits that were built into that bill. So if you did provide paid leave to your employee, or if you do provide that paid sick leave or paid family leave under FFCRA, you are entitled to a tax credit. The problem for household employers is that you have to wait until you file your tax return with your 1040 in April of next year. So there's a long delay between the time you are paying and providing this paid sick leave and when you're getting reimbursed for it by the government. That's not true with most other employers. They're able to get an advance on this tax credit by filing IRS Form 7200. So we've actually contacted the IRS. We've been reaching out to members of Congress to see if they can help get involved here, because we think that there's a disincentive for household employers right now. There's a gap between the spirit of the bill, which was intended to keep people employed, to keep money flowing to employees through their employers, because that's the fastest way to keep money in people's pockets, right? Rather than make them go on unemployment benefits, wait some period of time in order to get that benefit and to further burden a system that's already taxed by the large volume of claims that have come in. So, our hope is that the IRS begins to open up the advance of this tax credit to household employers. We'll obviously come back and post more here if that does happen, but as it stands right now, household employers are eligible for this credit. They just cannot claim it until the end of the year. Now, the bills that are under discussion right now up on the Hill, you've heard of CARES 2.0 that the Senate is talking about. You've heard of the HEROES Act passed by the House. Obviously, the two chambers are currently negotiating, trying to get to some resolution here on a financial relief package. But there's a couple of things that are included in the Child Care for Economic Recovery Act, which the House has passed, that I think are pretty important, and we're hopeful and optimistic that some of these are going to be included. We hear from staffers on the Hill that they expect these will be included. There's a couple things. One, an enhancement to the Child and Dependent Care Tax Credit. We'll see if that is expanded to be eligible for more people. Also opening up dependent care flexible spending accounts. This bill actually almost doubles the limit of dependent care flexible spending accounts. So the amount that you can defer from your pay and be reimbursed for childcare expenses on a pre-tax basis. Obviously, it'd be wonderful to take that number from the $5,000 a year right now up to $10,000 a year. So that's an important one to watch. The last thing, this is also having a direct impact to household employers, is employee retention tax credits. So this is another thing that's available to most businesses right now, but it's not available to household employers. Employee retention tax credit, if you have kept your employee on and continued paying them, but they were not working, right? So you continued their employment even though they were working from home, you provided paid leave. That is potentially eligible for the employee retention tax credit if that is opened up to household employers. So we're waiting to hear if that's going to happen. Again, House staffers are telling us that they are pushing this one pretty hard because they realize the impact that this is all having on household employers and their employees, right? And so often household employers are those heroes that are working on the front lines against this crisis, and they're the first responders in those essential positions, and they depend upon childcare, right, in their home so that they can go out and do their work. So obviously, again, we're going to keep you updated on anything we learn about these bills. We'll keep doing our part here at Homework Solutions to raise people's awareness about the needs of household employers and employees alike, and we hope that you give us a call if you have any questions about these bills. Thanks so much, and we'll be back and talk to you soon.